Hey everybody, it's that guy from that channel again. So this is Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap by AC/DC. Good song, I like it, so I want to teach it to you guys. It's a really easy song, standard tuning, all that. Let's get started. So now the intro is like really easy, just 4 chords, power chords. So I'm going to whenever I say like open E is that's the open E power chord is the open E string, 2nd fret A, 2nd fret D. Open A power chord is the open A chord, 2nd fret D, 2nd fret G. And then the open D power chord is open D, 2nd fret G, and then 3rd fret B. And then a power chord, for those of you who don't know, like if I say like 3rd fret E power chord, which is the first non-open power chord that we're going to be using, that would be 3rd fret A, 2nd fret, 5th fret on the A, and then 5th fret on the D as well. And if I say 5th fret A, 5th fret A, 7th fret D, 7th fret G. So, just kind of like, that's a general rule, so, it's just the intro. Does that 4 times, so, that's really simple. It's E, so it's E, and then upstroke on the G, on the 3rd fret on the E, so that's the G power chord. Then you go back to E, upstroke A, and then back to the E. The E is all downstrokes, by the way, and then you do upstroke D. So all together. Easy as that. So yep, does that 4 times, and it goes into the verse, which is even easier, if that's possible, so. That's all it is, so it's. So, it's 5th fret A, power chord. So it's down, down, up. Then you slide up, slide the whole thing up so that your first finger's on the 2nd fret. And, then. Sorry, I'm getting feedback. And then you just play the 7th fret once, so it's just like that. Simple as that. So that plays 3 times, and then you do the last part, which is just like that. So that's basically the same thing over and over again for 3 times, and then on the 4th time that you play it, it's like you just play it down, up, down, up, down, just like that. So it's 5 times. And then you go into the chorus, which is even easier. Alright, sorry. It's like, so it's just, after that you do a slide from like 10, 11, 12, somewhere in there. And you do the open A power chord. So that, is A, and then like a hybrid G, which is 3rd fret on the E, then open A and open D, so it's, and then you do, which is open E, and then E, D, E, so it's, it does that twice, so it's, so altogether it hurts. Okay, so you do the A G A one again, and then you just do an open E, like just like that. And then it goes back to the verse again. It does that whole thing again. And then yeah, it goes into the verse, then it goes into the chorus, then the solo, which the solo tutorial, I like to do those separate, so I'm just going to teach you what comes after the solo. So it does like the whole verse again, so you'll come out as solo. And then it's so you'll do that twice after the solo, because they kind of do a couple measures of singing after the solo while you're holding that last note, which, like I said, it's in my other tutorial. And then it does the chorus again, except this time when they hold the E, like the E power chord, instead of doing it for like Dirty D's and the Done Dirt Cheap 2 times like in the other verses, or choruses rather, they hold it for 4 times that you say that. They sing it, whatever. And then it goes into like this, like not as much distortion. It's kind of like hard to get. Well, what I like to do is, if you have a guitar like mine that has like a volume and a tone for each, like the tone doesn't really matter, but if you have a volume for each pickup, then like you can have this one all the way turned up, be on your bridge, have your bridge pickup all the way up, this one all the way down, and then I'm pretty sure this is good for most guitars, but if you're set to this pickup, your neck pickup, I think it's called, I don't know, your bridge pickup will still pick up a little bit, so you'll hear some of it even though your neck pickup is already all the way down. So it's, and it does. So it's, like I said, it's kind of funky. Basically, you're doing like the intro again, except instead of you're doing kind of like the second riff in the chorus, or the second part of the riff in the chorus. So that's a bit heavier, so I switch it back to that. Other, back to the bridge fret, or bridge pickup. Oh my gosh, I'm getting stuff mixed up. And yeah, then I switch it back. So it does that twice. So like altogether it's. And then it goes back to like the regular. So that's the same exact thing as before, except you're not switching pickups like you were. So switching pickups for 2 rounds, not switching pickups for the next 2 rounds, and then the last 2 rounds is like so like whenever you're on the E, you're kind of like still picking it, and it just has a little cool effect, and it's that same thing again. So yeah, actually I do have time for the solo in this one, I think, so I'll probably do it. I have a few minutes. So, the solo is really easy, so it's and then it goes into. So that's really easy. It's like 3rd fret B. You play that, and then you stop it, and then play it again, then go to the 4th fret of the G. And then you bend the 5th fret of the B. And you So it's bend and then pick it again, then return, and then pull off to the 3rd fret of the B, then 4th fret of the G once again. And then you do, which is 3rd fret E, and then 5th fret E. Bent, and then you don't really return it, you just do it. And then, so that's just kind of like random, like, that's just like, it's kind of random, I don't know why it's there, I don't really understand it, but it's just picking like a muted, like, harmonic, like, G and B string. And then you go up to the 7th fret. Your first finger is kind of going to be barring the high 4 strings, the G, or the D, G, B, and A strings. And then it's just like kind of like your 3rd finger's. It's just kind of like going back and forth, like when the E string goes back and forth between the 10th and the 7th, and then it goes back and forth on the G from the 10th to the 7th, and then on the B to the 10th to the 7th, and the G is 9th to the 7th, and then 7th to the 9th on the D string. Then you have a bend on the G, a bend on the G on the 9th fret. And it's like, and then he does this. So that's just like pull off. Your finger is your 1st and your 3rd finger. There's 2 frets in between them, and you're just pulling off. And it does more of them here than it does like once your 1st finger gets to the 7th fret, and then it goes faster. Then once it gets to the 7th fret, it stays there for a while until you get the bend. So it's. And then it gets to the 7th, and that's the last long one. And then it goes faster all the way up to the 17th fret. And then, like I said, bends 17 on the E. And you're done. And then that's the part. It's like you got a lady and you want a gun, but you ain't got the guts, and then it goes into you do that verse again, and then it goes all to that other stuff that I showed you earlier. So, yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you liked it and it was informational. Yeah, please be nice, you know, all that. Thank you. Goodbye now.